I'm back. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am excited to do this summer 2026 first impression season. Seems like in the past year and a half, maybe, I've only been doing first impressions. So I'm going to continue doing first impressions and anything else I can in between. Not going to push myself any further than that. We're going to start with From Overshadowed to Overpowered, second reincarnation as a talentless sage. I'm pretty sure they're going to go with the first part only as their main title whenever they post it. But this is a series that you can find on Crunchyroll. I believe it aired either Thursday or Friday of last week. I was setting it up already Saturday, when it came to the season, because I knew some stuff was going to be released early on, and I noticed this one already had posted. It is kind of a prologue, but we'll go over it. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm not promising anything about posting, just we'll be doing first impressions for sure this season. I am in summer vacation, so I'm able to do that. So yeah, but other than that, guys, make sure you subscribe for any anime content that I throw your way, as well as manga content. I know I've been doing really well on TikTok, so I'll be releasing some of those here as well for YouTube Shorts. So anyways, thank you for the love, support, and if you haven't done so, go check out my other first impressions, because I will have quite a bit, depending when you watch this video. So, okay, let's start with the first impressions on this one. Obviously, long title. It gives you most of what's going on in the story. But let's kind of talk about what it is. And again, it is a prologue, and it's very obvious. It very much tells you it's a prologue. If you watch the opening of the series, it's like completely different from what you see in the episode, and that's because it's preparing you to what's going to be. So just heads up, that's how the first episode is. But let me tell you about it. So it starts about basically these four sages becoming the four sages. They've I guess killed the biggest enemy or threat there was there, and the king gives them the greatest honor a noble can even get. And he is our protagonist is overjoyed because he's not even a noble, so he just takes it as like, wow, I've peaked, I made it already, right? So opening happens, time pass, there's a whole time jump, and he essentially is now an old man teaching little kids magic. And there's one girl in particular who she is basically her name is Merlin. I'm not really sure if it's connected to the story of King Arthur, but her name is Merlin, and he's teaching her. She's actually a survivor of the race that he basically wiped out whenever this attack happened. And from her story of learning, she's trying to train as hard as possible because she knows that he has limited time. He's about to die. We learn a lot about him, and a lot of things happen in that first middle part of the episode. And essentially he is talentless in the way of he can still do magic, and he can do a very powerful magic compared to the normal person, but just because he's trained so hard, he's always put a lot of effort, he's always never given up, he's always pushed himself until he's able to do what he's wanted to. But he's never reached the levels of the other three sages or mages, and he's always wondered why. Now, one of the other three releases basically a magic test, and it shows you what from the four elements, what is your strongest magic. And they try it first on Merlin. She's weak on two, strong on two others, so it's very obvious that she's going to be someone powerful. And then all the kids are curious about how the teacher tests, and he tests himself, and nothing happens. No colors, no change. Like, he is weak. So he then finds out, yeah, he never had natural talent for anything, which is why it was a big struggle all his life. So he ends up dying from whatever disease he has, not really explain what it is, but he ends up dying for that. And we get a whole new understanding of the series. Now, this is his second reincarnation, hence the name, or the second part of the name. What does that mean? Well, he gets memories back. He's in front of this like God figure, I guess, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've died before, and you reincarnated me before." And she's like, "Yeah, I have." And he essentially had chosen the will of not giving up. That was his like talent that he wanted. He didn't want to be like overpowered, I guess, or have like an OP ability. And he goes with the same one again. And she says that she's gonna offer two, I believe it's two blessings, and she kind of goes like, "Oh, I know, you always gonna go with the same thing," and they don't really explain in detail what he receives, so I guess we'll get that eventually. But he does receive, I guess, two blessings from her, and then he's off into his mission, and that's it. Like, that's the end of that little part. And he reincarnates. He wakes up as a little boy who I guess already has family, and he lives with his mom. The mom, I guess they're struggling, they're poor, but he very much quickly finds out that he still has the power and the strength of his past life. Now, he still has recollection of his past life, so I guess that's one of the blessings. He didn't forget this time that he is someone who is being reincarnated a second time. So now, as I guess they do say how old he is, and I forgot. I want to say he's like 4 or 5, but he realizes, like, I'm very young and I'm already real strong. So have I peaked, or is there more that I can do, right? And that's kind of the end, essentially, of the episode, and that's it. Now, what else is going to happen? Well, I don't really know, because I don't know the series. I have not read the manga, but from the opening, I can tell that our little girl is going to grow up, become a woman, or at least be 15 or 17 or whatever age they're going to choose to give her. But Merlin is going to be, I guess, someone who follows him. She, I guess, going to find out that he is her master, and eventually like follow him. And then there's another girl, red hair girl, who's also following him in the opening. And from what I saw, it kind of seems like she's like a slave at some point, and she's freed by him. And I guess we'll also follow him. And it's not going to be harem style where you get a bunch of girls with one guy. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, I guess it's just this 3 people traveling and doing missions and whatever. So, in a nutshell, it looks like a typical reincarnation. I like the whole second reincarnation idea. It does add a little bit more to the isekai theme. So I probably might be watching this one, especially if it's dub. I'm going to be honest. If it's dub, we'll watch this one. If it's not, it's in the maybe pile. I'm just going to be honest with that. Right now, I want to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's like a wow factor. It's not, wow, this is going to be the anime of the season. But I do think that it has its place, and people will enjoy it for what it is. So go check it out, guys. It is on Crunchyroll, 1 episode out, time of recording. So depending when you watch this video, there might be 2 episodes or more. Thank you again for your love and support, guys. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.